Okay, CinemaSins. E.T. now? Why not Jaws while you're at it? Oh, wait. It's not like this puddle would be very hard to avoid, especially once the first person goes through. Dude couldn't have looked back and said, Jim, Steve, watch out for the puddle. Nothing like some bright headlights and keys jangling to make the thing you're hunting for unaware you're approaching. E.T.'s race is a dick to E.T. Also, did these aliens discover interstellar travel but not radio communications? And aren't they telepathic or empathic anyway? Gotta say, it makes for a great wordless opening to your movie, but where are the communication tools of this advanced alien race? Don't worry, E.T., we'll be back later when the danger is just as bad as it is now, only you'll have had a satisfying 2-hour adventure by then, so it'll be cool to come back at that time. Also, why are they leaving him? If the spaceship can take off that fast, then why not wait a few more seconds? I mean, damn.
5.
Oh, great.
So you got an arrow right in your chest.
Like most great D&D sessions, this one requires plenty of soda, snacks, air freshener, and raid.
Papa Uma.
Okay, tell me Uma.
Is this asshole requesting a radio station to play the Oak Ridge Boys' Elvira? As a kid who grew up in Tennessee, when that song was popular, I'm pretty sure such a request is a hate crime.
Plenty of sausage and pepperonis.
Everything but the little fishies.
The f*** are they telling Elliot what they want on a pizza? Isn't it ordered? Aren't they waiting for the pizza? Isn't that why the one dude said,
How about throwing a spell over the pizza man? Where's that pizza man?
These kids even order pizzas like assholes. Like, one pizza, and you're pulling an all-night D&D game? You deserve all the radio stations playing Elvira on repeat from this point forward. The Dungeon Master says so. The 80s, when it was perfectly okay to give your friend's mom's ass a wet willy. If you're an ET that is hiding, why would you throw the ball back? Furthermore, why would you hide in this shed with all its lights on?
Coyotes come back again, Mom.
No kidding. Peter Coyote is probably lurking around the corner as we speak. In fact, he's lurking while you're watching this video. He's right behind you.
A pizza. Who said you guys could order a pizza, huh?
If it was such a big deal that these kids ordered a pizza, how did they think they were going to get away with it? And why are they leaving that pizza outside? Sure, some cheese got stuck to the box, but it's still pizza. Why didn't E.T. run before Elliot found him? He ran last time flashlights were near him. Why would this be any different? This works. Also, how does Elliot know where to start putting the candy out? Why didn't he just go through the gate that E.T. clearly went through the night before and up into the forest that way? Not sure if E.T. is around here, but some of those coyotes Michael mentioned in the previous scene might want to come out of the dark for some snacks. E.T. lets Elliot know he wants M&Ms instead of this bullshit. Less than a minute ago, E.T. made it pretty clear by approaching Elliot he was willing to hang. Not sure why he needs this breadcrumb trail to get him to follow. As if E.T. knows he's going to be shot with a camera angle that will make him more mysterious, he reaches for the Reese's Pieces from the stairs, when just seconds ago he had no problem standing in front of Elliot. Probably because the lighting obscured his face just enough. I mean, he's a veteran of stage and film, so he knows how to play to the audience. Nobody in the house hears this.
Eliot.
E.T. is smart enough to know what Elliot is trying to tell him. He just don't give a f***.
Coke. See, we drink it. It's a drink. You know, food.
And here's a bunch of ants all over my room from all this food and drink I leave lying around.
This is Greedo. And this is Lando Calrissian. They can even have wars. Look at this.
Elliot's definitely in the Greedo shot first camp. How did E.T. get all those stuffed animals to form a wall around him? Unless there was a production assistant there to help him. This guy plays football and wears a Space Invaders t-shirt. Not to mention he plays D&D? Man, the girls in his school must be really confused on whether to date this guy. Also, if E.T. was in that closet all night, it's gotta smell, right? Those stuffed animals are probably covered with urine and feces. Look, I understand the reveal of Peter Coyote is going to blow everyone's mind. And his character is listed as Keys in this movie. But what's up with the f***ing Keys already? Why can't we show his face? Is he really all that mysterious? Good thing E.T.'s biological and digestive system is just like a human's, and he doesn't have any food allergies. The movie inspires an awful Atari 2600 game that I played for a ridiculous amount of hours back in the day.
And you're such a Cine Supremus.
Zero charisma.
Cine Supremus.
Nerd rap battle. Seems odd that Elliot gets to ride his bike to school, but Michael has to take the bus. And wasn't Mary driving Michael and Gertie to school the day before? How would E.T. have the wherewithal to hide amongst the stuffed animals like that? And furthermore, why would he be worried about Mary finding him anyways? He has no reason to think she's hostile or means him any harm. V8. From everything we've seen before this, Elliot has gotten the food for E.T. So how does E.T. even know where the food is or how to open a refrigerator door? So E.T.'s getting drunk, and by extension, Elliot gets drunk because of the bond they've made. So didn't E.T.'s buddies at the beginning of this movie know he was still alive and he was running towards the ship?
Class, these are the cotton balls with the chloroform.
Thankfully, a kind man was selling these right outside the school in his white van. He said any of you were more than welcome to stop by for free candy on your way out today. Look, I know E.T. and Elliot are connected by alien magic, but he'd also have to be controlling Erica Eleniak's movements to make this work. Look, just because I love it doesn't mean I won't sin it. And what the f is this asshole doing? This might be the first ever block turned into a assist. Apparently all the kids got on board with Eliot's plan to free the frogs, even though moments ago most of the frogs were being pushed into a glass case. And the teacher must have gone to bang the janitor or something, because he's nowhere in sight. Jesus, how many frogs did this teacher get for the class? If the kids just threw 30 frogs out the window and there's another 10 here, I'm guessing the school district has way too much money for frog purchases. Let's see, a blender, a pencil sharpener, a speak and spell, a radio, some aluminum foil, and a popcorn maker. This is an orgy of evidence that E.T. has no clue what the f*** he's doing.
Gertie, I have to go pick up Eliot. Will you be a good girl?
She's leaving Gertie by herself at 5? Mother of the year? Wait a minute, are you saying Gertie's room connects to Eliot's through this closet? So when we see the closet from this angle, we see everybody standing in front of a wall. And the exit to Eliot's room is on the right. On the left, there's a bunch of clothes hanging, and in front of them, E.T. is standing in front of a wall. So how is this closet possible? How is Mary the only one that never walks in on these shenanigans?
Now I wish I would have listened in science.
No kid says shit about science unless they are harboring an alien. So does this kind of closet have convenient adjustable blinds? I don't remember being able to do this with closet doors before. But then again, E.T. is about to build a space radio using a pencil sharpener, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. You gotta love those 1980s visual effects. I know their mom is just assuming that's Gertie, but Jesus, does she not notice her daughter has shrunk by a full foot? The least E.T. could do is crane his neck to get the height right. Also, moments ago, we saw the G-men listening to the conversations in the house, meaning that the house is bugged. How the f*** do they not know E.T. is out with the kids right now? Method trick-or-treating. I love how this movie connects to Star Wars, and it's almost sin removal worthy, but I'm a dick, so in this universe, Star Wars movies and toys exist. Eliot showed E.T. his Star Wars action figures earlier, meaning this movie has effectively made Star Wars a documentary. Also, Star Wars is famously a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So how the f*** does E.T. know Yoda? I know in the Star Wars prequels we see E.T.s, so not that it really matters, but if I gave this movie the benefit of the doubt, I suppose it's possible E.T. read the Star Wars Silmarillion.
Be back 1 hour after sundown, no later.
Who the f*** gives an arbitrary time to be back like 1 hour after sunset? Is Mary afraid of vampires? Why wouldn't she just say be back at 8 o'clock like a normal f***ing parent? Keyes and his goons have been all over this forest every night, but conveniently aren't when Eliot and E.T. are right out in the open. Remove a sin for the famous moonshot, or add a sin for the Bruce Almighty moon? I guess I'll have to go with my gut and do the right thing. Eliot pedals his bike fruitlessly as a magic alien makes it fly. Yeah, we'd all pedal the bike even though there's almost no friction, but I'm sitting it anyway. I guess these assholes knew that Mary would be driving out of here at any moment, so that they could do their Men in Black shit in the now empty house. This Rube Goldberg space phone is actually working. Not only did the G-men know that Mary would leave the house, but that it would take just long enough to do all this shit in the house. Eliot managed to get into the house without the usual noises of a door opening and closing. Also, despite Eliot looking near death, he biked all the way back here.
Run up and draw him a bath, quicker.
Why is Gertie the designated bath drawer? Make that lazy-ass Michael do it. He's older. But I guess she knows that Eliot needs Michael to go find E.T. later. I mean, wait. No one will remain seated during the exciting car follows bike at a safe distance and speed scene. I guess Keyes and his crew have been seeking out all the shortcuts preparing for a future chase scene. Also, has no one reported the mysterious car that's been creeping through the neighborhood every night for the past week? Why are the tires squealing? Dude's going maybe 5. I'm assuming there's a rational explanation for how Michael piles a near-dead E.T. in the basket of his bicycle. He and Eliot needed each other's help putting him in the basket earlier, but sure, this kid can lift him off the ground, carry him up a hill, and put him neatly in the basket all by himself. Took these assholes long enough. Nothing to see here, folks, just trying to get some exercise in. Thus begins a full 15 minutes of E.T. dying. Seriously, these look like astronaut suits and not hazmat suits, right? Must have been the costume designer's day off, and Spielberg just said, F it, close enough. Why do they have to push the quarantine tube down the road? Why don't they have their equipment right in front of the house? Sure, it makes for a dramatic shot, but it also adds unneeded strain to workers who are probably already stressed out from learning Donald Trump will be president in 35 years. Meanwhile, Eliot's neighbors are conspicuously quiet during the government raid. Ah, Peter Coyote!
He doesn't have 4 nucleotides like we do. He has 6.
Yeah, but how many midichlorians? Did you count those? What about his thetan levels?
How's the boy?
He's converting back to normal sinus rhythm.
They're separating. Yeah.
They yada yada the shit out of that plot point. This is a beautiful shot and a sad scene, but f*** Spielberg, he knew exactly what he was doing.
I love you.
The power of love brings E.T. all the way back from the dead, as if he didn't feel it until Eliot said it.
E.T. phone home.
Gotta say, the 5-year-old in me is removing a sin for this.
Does this mean they're coming?
Yes.
How does E.T. know what that means? Man, if you knew what that meant, why don't you say something more than E.T. phone home? The fact that Eliot isn't anyway allowed to walk through this tube and approach the supposedly dead alien coffin. So, did Michael manage to get the keys to this van somehow? Or did the G-men leave the keys in the ignition?
Get the bikes! Meet us at the playground at the top of the hill!
Mike screams his instructions to his friends loud enough so everyone knows exactly where they're going. If E.T. 2 were ever made, Michael would be in jail the whole time, serving his consecutive life sentences for the 2 doctors he brutally murdered. Jeez, all these government agencies and they can't stop this car from backing out of the driveway.
Let's split up!
What is that gonna do? They're going to chase after the bike that has the ET-shaped lump in the basket, right? I mean, what did that do? None of the cars can follow any of those bikes, so what did separating get them? The sun is sinking at an alarming rate, guys. I think with this and the moon, we should probably start recycling more.
Be good.
Yes.
She doesn't. Come on, dude. Do you know how much bullshit we went through to come back? Get your ass on this ship, doofus. None of the other G-men managed to make it to this clearing, despite knowing where the alien UFO landed the first time. Maybe on its next visit, ET will have learned the art of f***ing giving people a warning before you stick that penis-shaped glowing finger in their face. Ah, shucks. I can't hate anything about this movie. I mean, come on. That John Williams score, E.T. gets to go home, we all learn a valuable lesson about alien pets. I gotta remove a sin, or else the sin counter's gonna break and magically get revived again.
Uranus, get it? Your anus.
Eat the fish food, and the shark eats the fish.
Cage goes in the water, you go in the water, shark's in the water. Our shark.
Oh, the frog falling from the sky.
MacGruber, making life-saving inventions out of household materials. MacGruber.
Wow. A lot of people have pools.
You stay. I go.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
I just want to say goodbye. I think I'll miss you most of all.